We thought there was an 8 Attorney General situation, and now, according to press reports, there's a 9th U.S. Attorney situation. And I'd like to know, the news media is reporting that Mr. Graves had been targeted for removal on Mr. Sampson's list as early as January of 2006. And one reason suggested in the press is that in November of 2005, the U.S. Attorney, Mr. Graves, refused to sign on to a lawsuit that was proposed by a Maine justice accusing the state of Missouri of improper conduct regarding its voter rolls. Would you have recommended Mr. Graves for removal based on that exercise of his prosecutorial judgment?
I have no basis to believe that, in fact, Mr. Graves, that particular case had anything to do with Mr. Graves' departure.
It seemed to me, I mean, just looking at it, doesn't it look like there was some plan in place to replace this Mr. Graves with Mr. Schlossman related to this prosecution? And isn't it true that the department's own criteria for bringing lawsuits would tend to indicate that lawsuits would not be brought just before an election?
The substance and timing of the well, let me just say again that I spoke with the head of the Civil Rights Division this morning, and he stands behind this litigation. He believes it was an appropriate use of the department's resources, and we will determine whether or not to.
Well, I don't want to be rude, Mr. Gonzales, but the bells are ringing, and I just have one more second to read very briefly a quote from the Boston Globe that says, and I quote, "Schlossman was reshaping the Civil Rights Division," said Joe Rich, who was chief of the Voting Rights Section until 2005. In an interview, he said, quote, "Schlossman didn't know anything about voting law. All he knew is he wanted to make sure that Republicans were going to win." And that was from the career guy who got pushed out from the department. I'd like your comments on that in writing later. I know my time has expired, Mr. Chairman.